in the building. Pull up a seat, baby. I don't chase tea, I pour it. Y'all scroll threads, I call it. I keep scores like scoreboard stats in my purse with the lip gloss. He say talk sweet, I'm blunt. Break down plays in a stunt coat. Mascara thick, mine sharper. I'm that girl in the front row. Hey. You got rumors, that's cute. I got numbers, I got proof. You love drama in group chats. I love Sundays in game boots. Diva talk to talk, yeah, I said what I said. Mascara, touchdown dances in my head. You want gossip, I want goal line stands. I'm a queen with the playbook in my hands. Diva talks her talk, better turn me up loud. Breaking hearts, breaking huddles, same crowd. You want rumors, I want fourth down goods. If you feel me, let me hear you speak up. Let's talk Jets, bless their hearts. Whole fan base needs prayer and charts. Every year, this our year, cute line by week 5. Same sad headlines. Quarterback carousel spin again. New promise, same bad end. Green on jerseys, not in brains. Front office stuck in reruns. Same games, they sell hope like hot dogs. Cold as the seats in the nosebleeds. Draft picks like scratch-offs. Big dreams, but same old nosebleeds. Diva talk to talk, yeah, I said what I said. Mascara, touchdown dances in my head. You want gossip, I want goal line stands. I'm a queen with the playbook in my hands. Oh yeah, Diva talks her talk, better turn me up loud. Breaking hearts, breaking huddles, same crowd. You want rumors, I want 40 down guts. If you feel me, let me hear you speak up. Now, Jerry, baby, sit down. You got rings in a dusty glass case. You got money, got mirrors, got a team that can't find this place. You treat Sundays like spotlights and show gotta show your face. But the star on the helmet need a grown up running the place. Let the kids call plays, retire that chair. Sit up in the skybox, breathe that air. Thank you for the memories, now don't be stuck. Pass the keys, pass the torch. That's real grown, yeah. Diva talks to talk, yeah, I said mascara. Touchdown dances in my head. You want gossip, I want goal line stands. I'm a queen with the playbook in my hands. Diva talks her talk, better turn me up loud. Breaking hearts, breaking huddles, same crowd. You want rumors, I want fourth down goods. If you feel me, let me hear you speak up. Speak up.
What is up, everyone? I am on one tonight. I got my Jets geared the fuck on. I had always had plans to wear the hat tonight, but I had the greatest moment today. I watched Josh Allen get sent the fuck home. Yes, I live in Dallas, but today I'm from New York. Today I'm from New York. Today I'm from the East Coast. I saw that motherfucker get sent the fuck home. Josh Allen, I never want to hear conversations about you being the GOAT ever motherfucking again. You really sat there. Mahomes was at home. Hurst was at home. Lamar Jackson was at home. Everybody, every one of your motherfucking ops was at home. Everybody was at home, and you still got sent the fuck home. What the fuck? Well, you have no excuses. You are trash, sir. You really sat there and you woke up this morning and you thought that you were going to go to the championships. You thought you were going to go to your division championships, but no, you're not. You're not. You're not. No. Not when all your ops are sitting at home. That's not how the fuck this works, sir. That's not how the fuck this works, sir. If you want to go to the fucking Super Bowl, you got to go through your ops. But they were sitting at home, eating cheese, getting fat, drinking beer, doing God knows what. And you thought you were going to come through. No, sir. You will not. You really thought you were going to go through tonight. You lucky I stopped smoking. Because I would be having a cigar right now. Well, you know what? You know what I want you to do, Josh Allen? No shade towards you. You know what I want you to do? When your beautiful wife has her baby, I want you to hold it up and say, "This is my trophy." Because no shade, that's all you're going to get with the way your career's going. Oh, but no, you weren't the topic of my show. You were not. You were not. But I just thought to come in here and kick you while you're down, dance on your grave, because you really thought. You thought. No. So you, sir, are going to have the same thing in common with everyone that I'm going to talk about tonight. But you're going to be staying the fuck home. And we won't see you until the fall. Mm-hmm. Stay the fuck home. I'm so sick of hearing, "You're the goat, you're the goat, you're the best, you're the best." I'm telling you, you about to be that quarterback that never gets a Super Bowl. That's about to be you. You're going to be a goat without a ring. That's going to be you. The way you're going about things. You thought you were really going to do something. You really thought you were going to do that. You really thought with what a horrible season the Jets had that you were going to be graced to go to the Super Bowl. No. You ain't doing shit. I think I'm done. Anyways, let's go back. Let's go to the real show. Hi everyone. I hope you're doing great. I hope you had a wonderful week. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest real quick. Wasn't in the schedule, wasn't in the plans, but now the show is back to where it needs to be. So tonight we're going to do a sports night. Now, when I used to be on X, I left X for my reasons and my reasons alone. I used to talk about football amongst people and have a great time. So I have recently started watching football again. I used to watch football a lot, then I stopped, but now I started watching it again the last few seasons. And so I'm like, so you guys know how I get down. If you give me something to talk about and it's interesting and it's for the bullshit, I'll talk about it. I will talk about it. I am not scared. I'm not scared. So it's a sports night tonight. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Jerry Jones. Someone rolled a nat 20, did resurrect, and he did a press conference that he wanted to talk about how his retirement plans are going and what he thinks how his retirement's going to go. I'm not going to spoil it because what he said was just so absolutely stupid that I just could not let it go. It was so bad. Like, you know, like how you should do wishful thinking and having a dream board and what do you call, I forgot what the fuck you call it. Like people say you think of stuff and whatever the fuck. I don't even know what the fuck it's called. Sorry, y'all. When the word comes back to me, I will. I don't care what kind of voodoo witchcraft you do. Jerry Jones, what you want is not going to happen. So we're going to talk about that tonight. And then also what we're going to talk about is, so as you can tell, I like the Jets. Now, people might say that, Diva, you fucked up because you went from liking the Cowboys to the Jets. So you went from one problem to another. That's a fact. That is a fact. It's a fact. I went from one problem to another. But at least a bitch is consistent. Anyways, I am running nose. So, so a debate on a radio station on ESPN radio with Jake Asman and Mike Tannenbaum went viral. So we're going to listen to that whole thing, and that's where we're going to end it on. Because before we get into that debate, I'm going to give y'all some key facts about the Jets before we listen to this debate. But what I will say right now is y'all can make your own decisions, but it's painfully obvious who's the one that's sitting there just you know what, I ain't gonna spoil it. We just gonna listen to it. I ain't gonna spoil it. But this back and forth was it was just so good. It was just such a good back and forth. And I gotta be honest with you. I need sports radio to keep this type of energy. I need y'all to keep this type of energy, because I cannot stay and this is with all industries. I do not believe that everybody in the room has the same exact opinion. Because how boring would that be if we are like all listening to a talk show or radio or anything, and the whole panel or whatever all has the same opinion, and there's like no pushback? That is the most boring shit to me. I need some goddamn pushback. I need y'all to get your goddamn energy up, because I'm sick and tired of all these industry people and all this media saying media is dying, and new media is taking over old media. And the reason why is old media, y'all don't have y'all ain't getting it together. Like, everybody just wants to kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. I told you I'm on one tonight. I told y'all I'm on one tonight. I was on one last stream. I'm on one this stream. Y'all just get me in good moods. That's what's happening. Y'all just get me in good moods. That's just what it is. All right, so I think y'all are ready. Let me see how the likes look. It is what it is. Oh, well, let's go. Let me make sure we ready. And transition. Oh, Amanda, it would be helpful if you did that. There we go. All right. So this was a press conference that was done. This came into I was like, because like I'm at that age in life. I'm at that age in life that I will absolutely will turn on the radio, like morning news, and then they'll play something. So this is how I found out about this stupid shit. So this is what happened. So the necromancer raised him up and put him up in this platform, and this is what we have. This is Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, if you do not know. And then we're going to hear what he has to say, and I got some facts regarding the Cowboys, but let's just get this going.
Do it. My goal in life is to retire as the owner that won the most Super Bowls.
Ooh, this audio is not loud enough. I am so sorry. We got to bring that back.
Do it. My goal in life is to retire as the owner that won the most Super Bowls. That's my goal. To be retired in the NFL as the owner that won the most Super Bowls. We've got 3.
He said that with an absolute straight face. Let's go back.
As the owner that won the most Super Bowls. We've got 3. How many more do I have to go as a single owner? Bob's.
How much do I? So I have 3 so far. I got 3. I am going to be the owner with the most winning of his Super Bowl. And he's just like smiling. Like he only got, like he's like saying this like he only got 1 more to go. Like he only got 1, like all I need is just 1 Super Bowl. And I can finally go to bed. Like I can finally stop. I don't have to be here on this planet anymore. I just need 1 more. Like that's how it's like coming off to me. I just got to be the most winningest. And then this is where it goes wrong. So he's like, I have 3.
Bob's got how many?
How much does Bob have?
6.
Bob has 6. And this is when he goes, so you trying to tell me I got to win 4. I got to win 4. And do you know what's the probability of a team winning a back-to-back Super Bowl is? Not that much. Like, it's not that common.
So I've got
work to do.
I got work to do.
Got work to do. I got work to do, but at least I'm up to the second rung in the ladder. But my goal is to have retired and won the most Super Bowl as an owner.
Jerry, I'll follow up on that. Would you
Look, he's just like looking down.
ever actually retire?
Let's go back.
Jerry, I'll follow up on that. Would you ever actually retire?
Well, I'm gonna. I will go down. No, I'm not going to say that. If, I'm not going to say.
He's a
I'm not-
10-toe high guy.
I'm not going to say that at all. But listen, I don't want to dare the gods. Okay, around here.
Oh my Lord. So he's even saying, even if you got that, would you go away?
Super Bowl as an owner.
Jerry, I'll follow up on that. Would you ever actually retire?
And he's like, no.
Well, I'm gonna.
Like, he's never going away. Like, he is never going the fuck away. So let's go through the stats. And then we'll move on from this. So this is why this is not going to happen. The Cowboys, I'm reading my notes here. They haven't been to a Super Bowl since 95. That same year, January 95. Okay, so the Super Bowl that happened at the beginning of that year in 95, that was the last time the Cowboys won. That was also the last time that they were NFC champions was 95. So this all happened in 95. Now, the last time they won in the playoffs was in 2023. No, was that the last win? Yeah, I think that was the last win. And they haven't been to the playoffs since. I think that's what I wrote originally. Hold on, that don't seem right. I think that's what it said. Yes, it was. The last playoffs win was in 2023. That's what it was. So I did get that right. And then what was the last? And then I think I got this right, but I don't know why I don't trust my nose. Oh. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so they won. Okay, so, oh, that's nasty work. Yeah, so that was also the last time they were in the playoffs, too. Was in 23. So the year that they won, the last time they won a playoff game was in 23. And that was also the last appearance they've been in the playoffs was in 23. So let's think about this. They have not won the NFC championship since 95. They have not won a Super Bowl since 95. And they have not even made to the playoffs since 2023. And that was the same year that they actually even won a game. It was in 2023. And Jerry Jones, you sitting there and you really, really, really believe. I just don't understand why you even why would you even set yourself up like that? Oh, I want to end my run being the most winningest coach. No, the winningest owner, excuse me, the most winningest owner of a team. And you guys haven't done shit, real shit, since 95. And y'all just been going downhill ever since then. You know what? At the end of the day, Jerry, here's the thing, and I'll give you this one. I will give you this. You will be known for giving a very great experience to watch football. Let me repeat myself. You will be known as giving a very great experience of watching live football. You'll also be known for giving a great experience in your stadium. That's what you'll be known for. And that is no shade, because I don't know if you guys been to like a shit venue, but let me tell you, Jerry World, I've been in that motherfucker twice. I went the first time to go see Metallica, and the second time I went to go, and it was to see Beyonce. And I am in Texas, and it is hot as sin. That AC is wonderful in there. You will never know, and it's big as shit, and it's a real true experience. And that's the one thing that everybody says when they go to Jerry World. That's why they call AT&T Stadium is Jerry World. That's what everybody says about Jerry World. It's a great experience. So, like, for me, Jerry, like, even though, in my opinion, you ruined the experience of being a Cowboys fan, which is why I'm in this situation, and now I have to deal with Woody Johnson's bitch ass. I know I'm not improving, but I'm just going from one problem from another. But, like, I just can't continue dealing with your shit. Like, literally, it's too much, Jerry. It was too much for me. It was way too much. Anyways, Jerry, I just think the reason why y'all in the situation that y'all in is due to your refusal to pass the baton. That is my personal opinion. That's other people's personal opinion, is because of your refusal to pass the baton. Now, I am done with that segment, and we're going to move on to the next segment. So, yeah, Jerry, just stop. Please retire. And then this is like the last thing I'm going to say about it. Jerry, the fact of the matter that you even said when they asked you if you would even retire, even if you became the winningest owner, and you can give a flat answer, was crazy. That was crazy. Nuts. What the fuck? Anyways, we gonna move right along. Now we're gonna go to this very, very, very oh, I lost my thing. Sorry, y'all. Get this out. And let me big screen this. So we're gonna go into our next topic. So to the person on the right here, this is, let me click it.
Bring up.
Ooh, there we go. To the right, that's Jake Asman, and to the left, that's Mike Tannenbaum. So I'm gonna read my notes, because like I remember it, but like I just need to make sure that my details are good. Okay. So Jake Asman, he is a Jets commentator. He has in my opinion, a very successful YouTube channel where he talks about the Jets. He commentates on their performances in the game, and then he does a lot of what he thinks, like what he believes like the Jets' next move should be, talk about the rumors and like potential draft picks. So he is everything Jets. And he's also a ESPN radio host. This right here is Mike Tannenbaum. So he has a long list of former. So he's a former of a lot of things. No shade. You are a former of a lot of things, sir. You right here, you are a former of a lot of things. Okay. But one of the things, so you were a former New York Jets GM. Then Woody Johnson got you the fuck out. Just thought that we should make that very, very clear. Then he got you the fuck out. You are actually a sports lawyer, which I find that very, very interesting. And then you're also an ESPN analyst. So you do this show with Jake right here, and then you're constantly on ESPN. And then you are a member of it's called the 33rd Team, and it's an NFL consulting firm that for things that I can't understand, Woody Johnson is using this firm for consulting. So it is very, very strong to believe that Mike Tannenbaum had a hand in where the Jets are today. He's had a hand in it. Because if Woody Johnson is using the consulting firm that he's a part of, then you have a hand of it. Okay? That's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. Now, the issues with the Jets. So I just want to give this backstory, this context before we just jump in here. Before we just jump on in here, I got my notes. So they got rid of the previous coach. Okay, they got rid of the previous coach from the Jets when Aaron Rodgers was there, right? That shit didn't work out. And then Aaron Rodgers was let go this season, and then he went to the Steelers for him to do his and then they did their one playoff game, and now he's sitting the fuck home. So that is it. So there's that drama. So their new head coach is Aaron Glenn, and what they're saying is that he was one of the main reasons why the move was for them to get Aaron Rodgers the fuck out of there was because of Aaron Glenn. Now, with Aaron Rodgers out, they signed another quarterback. His name is Justin Fields. They signed him to a 2-year, $40 million contract with $30 million guaranteed. With a $30 million guaranteed, and that was back in March of last year. Okay? Now, if y'all want to know what happened with Justin Fields, who they gave $30 million guaranteed, I want everybody to understand this. They believed in him so much, they gave him a $30 million guarantee. No matter what happened, he got $30 million. Okay? He was benched after week 11. So their $30 million investment started sitting at the goddamn bench at week 11. And their backup, Tyrod Taylor, had to step in. Okay? Now the record that the Jets ended up with was 3-14, but they were 0-7 with a quarterback that they gave $30 million motherfucking dollars to. Does everybody understand what the fuck I just said? It gets worse. So Aaron Glenn is known for his defense, right? He is a defense-minded coach, but tell me why the Jets created history this football season, because they're the first team since 1933, which that is the inception of the NFL, to finish a season without a single interception from the defense. With a defense-minded coach. So we got a quarterback that we gave $30 million to that got benched at week 11. And you have a defense-minded coach, and those motherfuckers did not do one goddamn interception. Oh, yeah, we traded 2 people also in the middle of the fucking goddamn season for draft picks. But I can't go on and on and on. If you want to know what all the shit show that the Jets are going through, then you could just go watch the Jake Asman show. He will do a better job than I am, but I just give some. I give you this with it, okay? I give you this with it. That's all I could do. So now that I gave y'all those facts, so I also want to give further context before I BTF before I put my foot up Mike Tannenbaum's ass. This was 6 days ago. 6 days ago, and this conversation has gone viral in the Jets community. Now, before I press play, I want everybody to understand that he is part of the consulting firm, okay, that brought this shit show to the Jets, allegedly. Okay? Allegedly. The former GM of the Jets has returned for reasons we do not know. And I just listed the results. So let's see what he has to say.
Boners, so I'm glad you did. We actually have some sound. This was Rich Cimini who's going to join us coming up at 10:30, and we can ask him more about this report. But this is on Rich's podcast, Flight Deck. Here's Rich talking about Woody Johnson and how he was, quote, pissed with how the Jets season ended.
Woody Johnson is committed to Aaron Glenn. Now, call him crazy, but that's the situation.
Well, I'm not going to go into a conversation about if Aaron Glenn should stay or go. That's not what we're doing. We're just going to listen to this shit show.
I can tell you this, Johnson was not happy by the finish to the season, despite the circumstances. You had rookie quarterback, some injuries, evaluations, some quote-unquote tanking. He was not happy to see his team get blown out 5 times in a row in historic fashion. As you know, first team in NFL history to lose 5 straight by 23 or more points. That's incredible. Not even Kotite did that, not even Gase. And so
That's some more stats of what happened to the Jets. That's some more stats.
Woody, from what I understand, didn't even go to the last 3 games, which is unlike him.
Woody stayed home. Like how embarrassing is that? That your team sucks so bad that you won't even get in the car to go and watch it. Like, you won't even go and watch your own goddamn team getting BTFO, but you're expecting people to pay for your season tickets. Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? I heard they went up on the price, too, with the season tickets. I heard that, T.
So just because, he didn't fire Glenn does not mean he's happy. He was pissed.
Well, he should be pissed. I mean, every Jet fan.
So that voice is Jake Asman.
Should be pissed. I know I certainly am, as Mike, you're well aware. What do you make of those comments, though? You obviously know Woody as well as anyone we could bring on and have this conversation with. So what do you make of that from Rich Cimini?
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, the janitor. In internet terms, what Mike Tannenbaum is about to do is be a first-class Janny. He is the number one Janny for the Jets. I have never, and I've seen some Jannies on Twitter. I've seen Jannies on Twitter. I've seen Jannies in the comments of, everywhere. I've seen the Jannies. I've seen Jan, but this motherfucker right here is King Janny. He is the King Janny of the Jets. Let's fucking go.
it doesn't really matter. I mean, you got to go by his decision making, right? And I really celebrate, what he's doing, which is he has a good long-term plan. And again, we've talked about this now for the last several weeks. The irony is there would be such, bitching and complaining if the team won 6 games and they, traded for a lot of mid.
I just would like to point out what the record was at the end. It was 3-14. So if we got 6 wins, we would take that. Like I don't see how that's like a. Well, if we got 6 wins, y'all wouldn't be happy, dude. We were 0-7. What the fuck do you mean? Something, goddamn it.
Veteran players who just got hurt and pissed away money and cap space and didn't have it for the future, and all the feedback would be like, there's no long-term plan, they're not trying to do it right, they're putting a Band-Aid on it, they're reactionary, they're fine being average. So now you have 2 guys in Aaron Glenn and Daramuji who are really smart, thoughtful guys who are trying to build a great long-term team by taking it down to the studs and have put themselves in a historically great position for the offseason with a head coach who is smart and is holding people accountable, including himself, by already admitting that he's going to make some changes. To me, that's exactly what you want after year 1. And again, it didn't matter how many games they won. It's matter that they have a plan and you have an owner who's supporting them. So it's exactly what you'd want if you're a Jet fan. What it really requires is a little bit of patience, which nobody has in 2026. And it's going to play out. And in March and April, the team's going to look different. And after the draft, the team's probably going to be 40 or 50% different. And, my question is, Jake, if Nuke Rockney and Bill Walsh were calling plays towards the end of the season with who they had left, I don't think the outcome would have been different. But more fundamentally, I don't think it matters, because it wasn't about this year. It was about establishing a program and putting together a good long-term plan.
Mike, there's no way you actually believe that, do you?
What plan? What do you mean? What do you mean? There's a plan, you guys. There's a long-term plan. This is not a... Who the fuck spends $30 million if they weren't part of the plan? So we're going to bring everything down to the studs, according to Mike Tannenbaum. We're going to bring everything down to the studs. We're going to figure it out. We're going to do a refresh. We're going to wipe the board. But by the way, please ignore the fact, like, don't look over here. Please don't look over here. Don't notice that we gave somebody $30 million to be a quarterback. Don't look over here. That was never the plan. Ha 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 ha. No. We're just gaslighting you. That was never the fucking plan. Ignore that. No. Now we're going down to the stubs. We were just doing a test run. We gave someone $30 million just for a test run. A 0 to 7 test run to bench them on week 11. Like, what do you mean? It's the fact that Mike Tannenbaum just sat there and really said that. He really fucking said that. We're going to do a long-term plan. We're going to bring it down to the studs, but we just gave somebody $30 million guaranteed. By the way, there is no comment if Justin Fields coming back. None. I've heard nothing. If anybody have heard anything about Justin Fields, you let me know, but I have heard nothing. Nothing at all. That motherfucker got $30 million for nothing.
You.
What, that they have a long-term plan?
They changed their plan a bunch of times. They said they were trying to win this year. They signed Justin Fields and gave him $30 million, and Aaron Glenn said he's going to be our guy. He's never been coached up properly. I mean, they started 0-7. And when you say they tear it down to the studs, they made two notable trades, and their defense sucked with those guys anyway. He fired Wilkes. That was a disaster hire in the first place. I mean, if they weren't trying to win at the end of the year, why did you get rid of him?
You know what, Jake,
This is what gets on my nerves about Mike Tannenbaum is that as soon as Jake says, this is some bullshit what you're saying, he goes, let's hear his response. This janitor, Mike Tannenbaum. This Janny. The Jets Janny, Mike Tannenbaum. Let's make some noise. Yay.
What good organizations do, you know what smart people do? They react and they take advantage of opportunities. That's what Apple does, Amazon does, NVIDIA.
By the way, this is just me personally, so everyone can do whatever they want in life. If you are trying to push bullshit in my direction and you're trying to, like, I know you're lying to me and you're being disingenuous with me if the only way to make your point is bringing up Amazon, Apple. Like, you're bringing up billion dollars. Oh, yeah, he brought up, Dan from the chat said, did he really bring up NVIDIA? Yes. If you bring up those things to me to prove your point, I'm not listening. I don't care anymore. Like, you're being manipulative and you're being dishonest and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's how I know you don't know what you're talking about. And all you're trying to do is save your goddamn job with the firm and not Woody Johnson saying, wait, I fired this guy before, right? And other people fired him, right? Why do I have you again? Like, Woody, like, do you need to take your medication, bitch, to get your memory back? Because why the fuck is this fucker here? And I, like, honestly, the way that he's talking, like, he's just he's just a little weasel to me. Like, he's such a little fucking weasel. And the thing is, it's like, We're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on going. Jake, don't strike my channel because I'm saying the things that you can't. You leave me alone. The boyfriend's a fan of yours. Leave me alone. Let me talk my shit, Jake. Thank you. Don't strike my shit, Jake. Let me talk my shit.
Does. That's what good companies and organizations do.
Right, but should it look that bad? That's the point.
Wait,
like,
let me finish.
Bad.
So when the Jets take advantage of an opportunity that they see and make great trades for the long-term future, why don't you go by the facts and look at it and say, that's really smart. That's really thoughtful. So, no, they weren't going to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, wait. I stopped it. I'm sorry. I got triggered again. I'm so sorry. I got to let him say this last stupid thing. Hold on. I'm so sorry, you guys. I have to let this last stupid thing go.
Really smart. That's really thoughtful. So, no, they weren't going to win the Super Bowl this year, and they are in a much better position for the future today than they've been in a long, long time, and they didn't put a Band-Aid on it. And when you sign Justin Fields, context is everything here. You could keep saying $30 million till you blue in the face, but the facts are that's 30 cents on the dollar to people like Kirk Cousins. It's not outcome determinative to hurting their plan in the future. If we were running a team, what I would be telling you is, of course you're going to bring in players. Obviously, every team does. But you don't want to hurt your long-term flexibility the way the Falcons did with Kirk Cousins, the way the Dolphins did with Tua. Yeah, did Justin Fields work out? Of course it didn't, Jake. And you could scream every single time, $30 million, $30 million. It doesn't stop what they want to do. And that's why context, when you talk about things, is really important, because what they have is flexibility and a tremendous opportunity to improve this roster in a very short amount of time. And that's the facts. Regardless of what you say, that's the truth, and that's the unbiased fact. They have cap room, they have draft choices, and they...
I can't. I was gonna let him finish this point, but I can't. I will after I get what I'm about to say. It's the way that he's just it's like coming off like, Jake, I know what you are saying on your YouTube channel, and you are sitting there and you are yelling about Justin Fields and how we wasted money on him. And you know what? You need to deal with it, bitch. You need to deal with it because you don't look at the future, motherfucker. I am the king janitor here, and you're going to sit there and you're going to let me sweep, motherfucker. You're going to sit there and take it. You're going to sit there and understand that we got rid of 2 fucking players for no goddamn fucking reason so we could put ourselves in a better position. We're in the best position we ever been in this whole entire franchise, even though we're in the motherfucker from 3 to 14 and we were 0 to motherfucking 7. You're gonna sit there, Jakey Poo, and you're gonna allow me to say that it's okay for us to blow $30 million instead of just saving some money and using that money on better resources and hiring better talent. Hell, giving people a better pay grade. I don't fucking know. That $30 million could have saved children from the other side of the world, for goddamn it. But fuck you, Jakey Poo. Fuck you. You're not going to sit there and talk about this $30 million. That's not going to be your little kryptonite for me, bitch. First off, nobody, I'm not saying I have spoke to every Jets fan in the world. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that it would be nice for it to look like we could possibly make it to the playoffs. That would be cool. It would be nice to get a ticket to the game and feel like, hey, this might be a winning game and I can walk out being happy and pride and have some pride. I want to be able to walk out in public and say I'm a Jets fan without the faces, because I get faces. Like, I get faces like every fucking Sunday. I was coming into work and I was getting I was getting the shit kicked out, which that's fine because my fantasy team got 3rd place, but that's neither here or there. But it doesn't feel good. So for him to sit here and just be so it's just disingenuous. It's just disingenuous. That's the issue here. you don't give a fuck about us. You don't give a fuck about the fans. You wouldn't have the $30 million to spend if it wasn't for the fans. We're the ones that are buying the tickets to go to the game. We're the ones that are going to the store, like going to your merch store and buying everything. You wouldn't have a team if it wasn't for the community. And for you to sit there and just gaslight and try to act like that y'all did not fuck up majorly with this decision with Justin Fields. I don't know if it's because he wasn't a good fit or if the coaching wasn't good or if it was a mixture of the both. I honestly don't know. But what I do know is we wasted time on a talent. We wasted time and money on a talent that you're now saying that was never part of the plan. And then you're going to sit there and say, oh, we're in the best position we ever been. No, we're not. No, we're not. Dark days are ahead. And we're I'm looking at I'm looking at stuff and I'm hearing stuff and there's conversations about the draft. And then there was this one, I can't remember his name. There's this one person that a lot of the Jets fans were really, really excited about potentially being drafted this year, especially since we had the number 2 pick. And he decided to stay in school another year. So, it's shit like that. So it's like, well, I don't know. I don't think there's any other quarterbacks are even worth to even consider. So it's like another year without a quarterback. So we're not even going to look at another quarterback till like 2027. So it's like really, really dark days ahead. And you're just sitting here. You're like, you're an insufferable. That's the worst part. It's like janitors are annoying. Like you're always going to be annoying, right? Like janitors are just annoying people. But you're just like, it's not even annoying. It's disingenuous and you're insufferable. And you're sitting here just completely using this is what, Jake, let me talk my shit, please. This is my opinion, Jake. Just let me talk. It's really giving that you're testing Jake because you know that you have the power of the situation because you're the one that has all these connections with ESPN and you are on the ESPN network. You are on the cable news network, not Jake. Jake does radio. You are actually in the studio, not Jake. And I really, really feel like that you feel like you could say and kind of bully Jake and kind of put Jake in his place. Like you're going to like trying to like gatekeep him from opportunities. And here's the thing. Here's the thing, Janny. You have the power to do that. We can't stop you from doing that. But guess what? He has his supporters. He has his Patreon. He has his YouTube, which is way, way more powerful than what anybody else got going on. Because that means he can go anywhere. He can do anything. And he has people that support him. You don't, bitch. I got time tonight.
They have flexibility that their competition doesn't have.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you say your piece.
And by the way, I'll tell you this. I have talked to other owners face-to-face who are envious of the Jets.
You are a liar. I'm so sorry. I stopped. I got triggered again. I'm so sorry.
This. I have talked to other owners face-to-face who are envious of the Jets' position.
800-919-3776. Let's start it off with Alex.
No one is envious of the Jets' position. And you're a liar. You are a liar. And if you're an owner, you're an idiot for speaking to this man. You're an idiot. You know what you assholes are doing? You are shaking Mike Tannenbaum's hand for putting the Jets in the positions that they're in. Oh, my God, Mike, you're doing a fantastic job over there. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work.
Alex in Brooklyn, who's first this segment. Hello, Alex. You're on with Jake and Mike.
Hey, good morning, guys. Jake, huge fan. Thanks for taking the call. Mike, if you don't mind, I just want to talk to you for a second about what you're saying about Aaron Glenn and Woody Johnson. I agree in theory. It makes sense what Woody Johnson's saying by committing to Aaron Glenn. You have to trust the plan and all that stuff. But I know you don't like saying anything bad about Woody, but if the Jets go out this offseason, whether they have a quarterback, whether they don't, and they win 4 games again in 2026, there's a good chance that Aaron Glenn won't be here because I feel like Woody is going to lose patience and then, want to move on from him even though he had a plan. So if Aaron Glenn has showed you something this year to, make you confident that there is some semblance of a plan and it's working, then I understand. But at this point, he's still in hot water, and there are so many candidates available that would just be a much better option. If he's not safe anyways, wouldn't it just make more sense to make the move now instead of making it next year, and there might not be people available?
Yeah, so I guess like a good way to summarize this discussion is like
the reason why I did not skip through these calls, because this janitor is just so good. He's just such a fucking Janny that I felt like y'all would get a shit out of this. Y'all would get a kick out of this. Like I said, it's a sports night, and I gave you guys the facts of the Jets, so you guys kind of have some context of why this guy's a lying piece of shit. So we're just going to keep on going.
Both things can be true, which is you could have had a disappointing season, which certainly they did with their one-loss record, and have a good plan moving forward. And where I give Woody credit, and look, he's made plenty of mistakes over the years. This is not like a blank check here, but saying like what I really give him credit is like he hired two people. He went through a process, which it's well documented. I was part of.
Here we go. He admitted that he was part of the process. He admitted that he was part of the process of bringing this shit into the Jets' house. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. This fucking goddamn Woody, this guy's a snake. Get this fucker out. Woody, if you haven't heard, get your children to show you how to use YouTube. Get your child, get a grandchild, get a neighbor, get your goddamn maid to show you how fucking YouTube works so you can hear this piece of shit. I need you to hear this piece of shit. He basically said in the beginning how I took it that he don't give a fuck that you just wasted $30 million, sir. I think you should know that. I think you should know that this person that's helping you doesn't give a fuck that you just wasted $30 million, sir. I think this is something that you and your team should investigate.
And he made a decision to say, I believe in these two guys. And one of the things that good organizations do, be it in sports or otherwise, is they hire good people, they let them design a plan, and then within reason, they let them execute it. And all my point is, like, while the win-loss record last year was disappointing by any objective metric.
Say it. 3-14. Say it. 3-14. Say it. 3-14. Say it. You fucking janitor.
It's not really what you're hiring people for in terms of a long-term plan. And while it's hard to do, you do need to be patient. There are going to be growing pains. And what I would tell you based on my experience as it relates to a quarterback and where they want to play, again, both things could be true. The season didn't go well last year, but through the lens of who may want to come here, it's actually a very good situation. You know, there's a good book called The Signal and the Noise, and there's a lot of noise, but if you look at what there's actually the pieces in place, it's actually a place where a quarterback would want to be.
Chris and Wanta up next on the
I don't even know how, Jake, shout out to you for being calm. I don't even know how you're calm.
Game Day. Hello, Chris.
Hey, Jake, Mike. Listen, Mike, I understand that, this was your business that, made the recommendation and everything.
Keep on bringing it up. Keep on bringing up how this piece of shit. Keep on bringing it up how this piece of fucking shit is the reason why we are in this situation. Keep on bringing it up, Jets fans. Bring it up.
But I got to be honest, if I got hired by a former boss of mine to go hire their next savior, I'd have it in the back of my mind to give him a bad recommendation. And Mike T, I get it. You're trying to save face that you made a good recommendation. But a lot of New York would really just respect the heck out of you if you just come clean and say you gave Woody Johnson a bad recommendation because you don't like the guy and you don't like the Jets.
Great call.
Well, I appreciate the call, but, our company does do consulting. That's well documented. And there was a lot of people involved in the process. It was rigorous. It was multi-weeks. And again, if you look,
and y'all sucked.
Look at it through year one, has it gone perfect? No, but that's not what the plan was. And I happen to think the people that are in place are going to do a good job long term. And again, we're a few weeks away from free agency. We're 2 months away or 3 months away from the draft. And this team's going to look a lot different. And I think what they're doing isn't easy, but I think they're going to have great results long term, and we're going to find out.
Mike, here's the thing, though. A couple things could be true.
Jake Wackham.
Aaron Muji might have a good plan and they have all these resources, but it won't matter if your head coach is this bad and doesn't improve. Because, again, like you said at the beginning of the year, if the Jets in December could beat the Jets in September, that'd be real progress. And they couldn't.
Right.
And there's no evidence that Aaron Glenn is a good coach. There's nothing he did well this year as a head coach. He brought up that they didn't have any field goals that were blocked. No, don't interrupt me after you made you tried to mock me to Jordan that I interrupted you, which I did no such thing. I let you lay out your point. Let me lay out mine. Couple things here.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Over the last 25 years, because you're a data guy, from 2001 to
Whack him again, Jake.
2025, there have been 29 first-time NFL head coaches who won 4 or fewer games in their debut season. Glenn's now part of that group. Only 2 of the 28 ever went on to win 1 playoff game or more in their careers. One of them is Zach Taylor, who has Joe Burrow, and the other is Dan Campbell, who had Ben Johnson and former number 1 pick in the draft in Jared Goff. If you look at the numbers this year, how they played at the end, which is why Woody was reportedly pissed with how they finished, they became the first team ever to lose 5 straight games by 23 or more points. They're the first team ever since this stat was being tracked to not have an interception in a single season. The quarterback decisions, disaster. Coaching staff hires, Steve Wilkes, Charles London. We have no idea about Tanner Engstrand. Disasters at this point. They went 0-6 against the AFC East, outscored by 20 points per game. It's the second worst point differential in the current division format besides the 2009 Rams, who won 1 game. If you remove special teams and just go by DVOA, combined offense and defense, this is the third worst team since 1978 when they started keeping track of those stats.
And I would like to also remind everyone that this was Mike Tannenbaum's recommendation, which is pretty much his recommendation resulted to one of the worst teams in history. Good job, janitor.
Glenn said the last 4 minutes of each half belonged to the head coach. They were a disaster in those scenarios. There was 0 player development. You can't name one player that improved on this team on defense besides Sherwan Briggs. He said it was going to be all about coaching. He hyped up Will McDonald and his ability to coach him up and the rest of the other players. They had 8 of their 11 starters back from last year. He didn't know how long the game-winning field goal yardage was against the Broncos. When they started 0-7, they were trying to win. And when you tell me they tear it down to the studs.
Dan in the chat said, how long until he brags about consulting for the Toronto Maple Leafs?
They traded 2 players who were having bad years and then immediately left, and Quinton Williams became an all-pro once again. And so, yeah, they have picks. Yeah, they have cap space. But most franchises would have fired Aaron Glenn immediately after the year. The Jets didn't, and Aaron Glenn enters year 2 on the hot seat. He's got to win games. I don't care about this long-term plan. It's enough. Look at all these coaches that are immediately having success. Aaron Glenn was not bad in year 1, Mike. You need to understand this. He was historically bad. So I don't need to sit here and try and gaslight me that this is all part of the plan. It's all going to work.
How are you disagreeing with that? Like, that's what's crazy to me. And this is why Mike Tannenbaum is dangerous. And like I would not, I'm sorry, this is dangerous. Because the fact that he will not say, I made a mistake, let me go big screen. Let me go big screen. No one is saying that anyone has to be perfect. No one is suggesting that people can't make mistakes. But what's very alarming about this conversation is that he's not taking ownership of any of it. He is gaslighting. He's acting like nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Literally, if you watch, like, if you follow football at all, so many coaches got canned instantly. Like, the job market for head coaches it's looking good right now. It's looking great. All the interviews, they got the Baltimore Raven coach the fuck out of here. They got the Giants coach, that was during midseason. They got him the fuck out of here. They got the Florida coach, Miami. They got him the fuck out of here. Like, they got so many coaches. The Raiders coach, they got him the fuck out of here. They seriously, these owners were not fucking around, dude. Everybody got put out. So many people. The only person that hasn't been put out is Aaron Glenn. That's the only one. And this is why this son of a bitch is doing everything he can to manipulate and gaslight to get Aaron Glenn in that spot. Because I'm pretty sure he showed up in his shining suit. Aaron Glenn will be a great move. Great move for the Jets. He was a former Jets player. He's a legacy player. This will be a great move. Great move. And now we have one of the worst teams in NFL history. And he is the only coach that hasn't been fired. Mary said, this man will never be a wingman for my brother ever. I'll be my brother's wingman before that fucker gets my brother a second wife. Mary was saying something personal. That was funny. LC from the chat says, he looks like that crackhead mayor from Canada. Dan from the chat says, a crumb of accountability, just a smidge. LC, who's from the Philadelphia area, Eagle fan, she has says, he's so lucky he's not part of the Eagles. We retaliate with, hey, yeah, he wouldn't make it. He would not make it if he was with the Eagles. And then LC's like, hey, we still have our coach. No, but your coach, no. I don't got no issue with you. No. No, y'all don't know what bad, that's the one thing that's bad about the Eagles. Y'all don't know what bad is. No, I disagree with everybody trying to get the coach out. That I don't agree. Y'all need to keep y'all's coach, please. Oh shit!
Yeah. Hold on, let me finish. I let you finish.
Wait,
so when you try and tell me that this is all,
look at this bitch squealing, little janitor fucker.
Work out. Based on nothing.
Yeah, based on Aaron Glenn's background and track record, tell me where in his biography over the last.
Also, if you haven't, it's very, very important. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. It is very, very important to hit the like button right now. YouTube is on its bullshit. Hit the like button so other people can have an opportunity to see this stream.
Last 20 years, he hasn't improved.
He's not a head coach. I don't care what he does as an assistant coach or as a coordinator. That's not a head coach. It's a totally different job.
Yeah, Jake. Yeah, I couldn't.
That's a fact. Like, you're sitting here saying, oh, well, he was great at this job. He was great at that job. That's not a head coach. We're talking about his performance as a head coach. You're talking about what he did at his last job, which wasn't a head coach job.
Disagree with you more because I've been around coaches my whole professional career, and they will tell you how hard the job is, and they'll tell you how much better they got. And I believe in Aaron Glenn. They had a bad year. You have all the.
This is not. I don't like. He's like. This is. No. This is not a bad year, sir. This is not a bad year, sir. Let me state this fact again. Because I want people to understand this. With a defensive-minded coach, this is the first team since it's been documented that the defense did not have a single interception. What are you talking about? No, this is not bad. This is disgraceful. This is not bad. We're not bad. Like, this isn't bad, bitch. This is not the word you use. This is a bad season. No, bitch. Last year was a bad season. This is a nightmare. The fuck you talking about? This is bad. No, this is a nightmare. Stupid. LC in the chat says, we're keeping our coach regarding the speaking about the Eagles. We just got rid of our head offensive coach. You think the eggs would have been the sign to stop fucking around? AJ Brown about to be next. Yeah, I agreed. AJ Brown got to go. That was he fucked up. He got to go.
Stats. What I'm telling you is they have a plan. They're going to try to execute it. They'll be better, and we'll see how it goes. It doesn't matter.
We'll see how it goes. Shut up.
3 wins, 4 wins, 5 wins. Like that.
Yeah, 5 is better than 3, fucker. 5 is better than 3, fucker. 3 to 14. Stop listing numbers higher than 3 and try to make it seem like it's not a big deal. We are 3 and 14, sir. 3 and 14. Stop making any number higher than 3 not a good thing. Because I I would have liked 6. Can we at least get 6? Please?
It's the part where you and I just totally disagree. We could go through this.
Mike, you told me that we'd see progress throughout the year.
Whack him again, Jake.
We're giving Glenn credit when they won the 3 out of 5 after the 0-7 start. The reality is they have 3 wins against backup quarterbacks this year. They started with a 7-game losing streak. They beat 3 backup quarterbacks, and then they ended the year breaking an NFL record for losing 23 or more points 5 straight weeks. I can't sit here and just be positive just because they have draft picks and cap space.
I'm being honest and sober about it. I'm saying the right thing to do is exactly what they're doing. That's being honest and sober. And for a team and an organization that's been repeatedly criticized for being poorly run, terrible owner, treat people terribly, that article that came out about The Athletic,
Gaslight some more, asshole. We're not. Stop. That's not. No, we did not talk about Woody Johnson. That's not what he was talking about. He was talking about Aaron Glenn. That's what he was talking about. He was talking about Aaron Glenn. He was not talking about Woody Johnson. He's like, oh, well, I know y'all say that Woody Johnson's just a terrible owner. Keep on sweeping, bitch.
Heard for the last 2 years, who would ever want to be there? They get Aaron Glenn, who a year ago was one of the hottest coaches, who had multiple opportunities to be a head coach someplace else, wanted to come back to the organization that he played for.
Yes, come on, keep on sweeping. You are missing so many spots. You're missing so many spots. Hey, you need to go next to the kitty litter. You need to go next to the kitty litter. There's a bunch of shit all over there. There's flies, all types of stuff. You need to go pick that up. Also, I see Amber Lynn kind of close by, and there's a door and there's a cat. I think you need to get her away from that situation. We had a situation before. So while you're cleaning up the house, I need you to make sure that Amber is not by any doors with cats around. I need you to do that too. You gonna be my janitor today, bitch. If you don't sit here and lie and gaslight, you my janitor today, bitch. I'm gonna make sure you cleaning everything, bitch. I'm gonna make sure that you are you are clearing the snow, salting the sidewalks, you know what I mean? Picking up all the dog shit in the front and the back of the house. I just need to make sure that you getting everything, bitch. I need to make sure you're getting everything, bitch. If you're gonna sit here and gaslight me.
Hired a good, young, talented front office person, Darren Muji, and now after one bad season to pull the plug like that.
It's not one bad season. There's been bad seasons. This is the worst season. We have made a historical moment of the defense not catching an interception. Stop acting like this season was just as bad as the previous one or the one before. No, sir. You have beat records, sir, in the wrong way, sir. Stop it.
Would be bad ownership. Like the fact that Woody is supporting guys that he hired with recommendations that included myself.
Yep, keep on bringing that up. Woody, you need to get rid of this. You need to get rid of him. That's what you need to do, Woody. You didn't even show up to the last 3 of your games, sir, because listen to this man. You need to get rid of him unless he's a janitor at your house or something, and you could keep him. He's very good at sweeping. If he's a janitor, Woody, you could keep him, but anything outside of that, bitch, you're at your own risk.
That he made the decision on and is staying with them, that's the sign of a good, stable, long-term franchise. And if you talk to head coaches, Jake, the way I have, they will tell you it's a really hard job. And part of the thing when you hire a coach is you're hiring a mindset and someone that says, hey, here's what I did bad. Here's what I could do better. Where would I be?
Can you do that, Mike? Can you do that? Can you point out what you could do better? Can you do that? Can you admit that you made mistakes? Can you do that? So what you're putting out and what you're saying, what other people should be doing, can you do that? That's what I want to know. Can you do that?
Concern? If you want to ask me that question, I would say, hey, Jake, if Aaron Glenn just came in and said, you know what, we're going to have better players, but I hired everyone perfectly and we're going to run it back with the same staff, I would be massively concerned. When he moved on from Steve Wilkes, you think that was an easy decision or a hard decision? That's a hard decision. But he made the right one. And I've seen Aaron. I've worked with Aaron. He will do what he thinks is right for the franchise, which is a lot easier said than done. So, again, in terms of the stats, no, it wasn't good enough this year. But that's not what he was hired to do.
Stop using incorrect words. Stop saying not good enough. Stop saying bad. These are not appropriate words. Stop using inappropriate words when you're talking about the situation that we're currently in right now. Stop this.
He was hired to put a good long-term team and plan in place. And we could disagree all we want, but they have good young players. You could ignore that, and that's fine. But I think
you can ignore that, and that's fine. No, we not. You're ignoring. You're the one that's picking and choosing what to ignore. Grab the broom.
Hope and expect it will be a better team next year than it was this year.
It better be. I mean, we all want the same thing at the end of the day. Rich Cimini will join us. He covers the Jets, of course. The latest on their D.C. search, some of the staff changes Glenn is supposed to make. We'll get into it with him next, right here on New York Game Day on 880 ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app. You who want in on the conversation on the phone lines, and the Patriots, more on those games coming up, but a bunch of you are on hold, so let's get to some calls here on New York Game Day with Jake and Mike. Let's say hello to Leo in Mass, who's first up this segment. Hello, Leo.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for taking my call. Love the show and the debate. You two are making some very compelling arguments on opposite.
I don't know why he's saying both. This call concerns me. I have no idea why this caller said they're both making good arguments. I only heard one person making good arguments and statements, and that was Jake. Mike is a concerning liar, gaslighter, and he's dangerous. And I think everybody should take note that he thinks it's okay to waste $30 million on a quarterback that got benched on week 11. These are red flags.
Sides of the fence, obviously. As a longtime Jets fan, I understand Woody Johnson's vision on why he hired Glenn and why he stayed the course with him. But the early signs from AG as a program builder are not good. It goes beyond the record. He just did a poor job on every aspect of the team. I'm hopeful, and this is something I want to broach with you guys and bring up with you two. I'm hopeful that a year from now, if Aaron Glenn doesn't turn this around, that Woody Johnson sends out feelers to Curt Cignetti, because I think, and Mike T mentioned this earlier in the show, Curt Cignetti has that Bill Parcells gene of wanting to have a challenge and take on a challenge the way Parcells rebuilt the Patriots program and the Jets program in '97, which led to a lot of success until 2011. I think Curt Cignetti is the kind of guy that Woody Johnson needs to send out feelers to. If a year from now Glenn doesn't lead a turnaround or show positive signs, I think that's the type of coach and program builder the Jets need to change a franchise that's probably the worst in pro sports right now.
Leo, appreciate the call. Mike, in a scenario where Cignetti would be interested in the job a year from now, what would be your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well,
is anyone else hearing that door opening and closing? Is that just me? Like, what are we doing? Like, why are your doors opening and closing in the middle of your job? Like, are y'all working from home? Is that, you know what that door opening and closing is? Is him opening and closing the door to go pick up the broom? Pick up the cleaning supplies. Like, hold up, got it. About to make gaslight some more. Let me go get the broom again. Open the door. Because I heard it the first time, and I was like, did I, like, make that up? But now I just clearly heard it again. So that's him opening the door to get the broom and the, and the dustpan and the mops. Dan in the chat saying he's telling his interns to call in.
It's interesting. I appreciate the caller. I mentioned that to somebody off air this week, Jake, that Curt Cignetti reminds me of Parcells and Belichick in a way that, you know, most of us go through life and say we don't care what other people think of us, and yet we really do. Like Parcells, Belichick, Cignetti, like those are like some of the rarest people where they really don't care. And I do think, even though the data is overwhelmingly against Cignetti being successful in the NFL, I actually think he would be, because I think the way college football is now, it's harder in some ways because you have free agency literally every year.
Let me speed this up.
So if I was the Raiders, I'd talk to him this year. I think he has a chance to be really good. And when you turn around a program that has won in 120 years, like, there's something special there. So pro football players, gravitate to coaches who make them better because it can make them more money. So I don't think it's a Jet-specific discussion because, as we know, like a year, like, look, Jake, if the three of us were having a conversation a week ago, we wouldn't even say.
Okay, it's kind of hard to speed up because then he talks really fast and it's like hard to understand.
Baltimore and Miami were open, so let alone a year from now. But I think Cignetti's a really interesting guy.
Totally agree. Let's say hello to Tony in New Jersey, who's up next on New York Game Day. Hello, Tony.
How you doing, Jake?
Did you hear the door again?
Can you hear me?
We got you, Tony.
Yeah, I just got to say, you need to be like a kindergarten teacher or something. The patience you're showing in these conversations is crazy because, like, I'm a Giants fan.
Man, I love New York callers. You need to be a kindergarten teacher.
What it really requires is a little bit of patience, which nobody has.
I fucked it up.
And I understand Woody Johnson's vision on why he hired Glenn and why he stayed in the course. Jets need to change a franchise that's.
Where were you? Right here?
Say we don't care what other people think of us, and yet we really do. Like,
Teacher or something. The patience.
Yeah, here it is.
Or Miami were open, so let alone a year from now. But I think Cignetti's a really interesting guy.
Totally agree. Let's say hello to Tony in New Jersey, who's up next on New York Game Day. Hello, Tony.
How you doing, Jake? Can you hear me?
We got you, Tony.
Yeah, I just got to say, you need to be like a kindergarten teacher or something. The patience you're showing in these conversations is crazy because, like, I'm a Giants fan, and, like, with all due respect, like, when you say, like, oh, I've had the experience with it, the experience back then and now are very different. Like,
do you really, like, there is, like, serious doors opening and closing. Like, is he, like, getting, like, a whole, like, cleaning kit out of that motherfucker? Like, holy shit. Like, I'm just hearing this door opening and closing. I don't know why I did not hear this the first time. Maybe because I have the headphones on. But, oh, my God.
Jets are in a disarray. The whole franchise is up in arms. The fans are over it. And I'm a Giant fan looking in.
He's like, I'm a Giant fan, so this not even my shit because I got to deal with my own shit. I had to deal with Russell Wilson and getting Dart together. So I lost my own goddamn head coach. So for this Giant fan to be so overly gracious and say, like, look, I'm just a bystander. This is not my own bullshit. But god damn, Jake, you're going through it.
Jake, I just got to say, God bless you, man.
Well, Tony, I appreciate
He ended it with God bless you? He really?
Very different. Like, the Jets are in a disarray. The whole franchise is up in arms. The fans are over it. And I'm a Giant fan looking in. Jake, I just got to say, God bless you, man.
Tony, I appreciate it. There's no such thing as a bandwagon Jets fan, Mike. I mean, that is for sure. We are a different breed. Let's keep the calls rolling here. Let's say hello to Jeff.
There is no such thing as a bandwagon Jets fan. The Giants fan ended the call with God bless you, Jake.
Delray Beach. He's up next on New York Game Day. What's up, Jeff?
Good morning, fellas. Great show. Great dialogue here. I'm a Jet fan my whole life. I'm turning 66. So obviously, I saw the highest high in 69. I've seen a ton of lows, and I've seen one bad head coaching choice after another, after another, after another. We don't need to go through the list. We know those names very well. Jake, all the points you made to dismiss Aaron Glenn immediately are 1,000% on point. Mike T, I love you. I respect you. I listen to you all the time. I watch you all the time. But I got to tell you, it's one thing if the team has a poor record in year one with a head coach, and then they show signs. Maybe they win a couple games at the end of the season. Maybe they show they're playing hard for their coach. We've all seen that kind of scenario, which causes you to bring the coach back. I never could imagine I would have seen a lower low with a head coach than this head coach. He failed, as Jake laid out, in every conceivable.
Here's the thing that I gotta I don't understand with this caller, and maybe because it's a caller of particular age, so that's why he had to start before putting his foot up Mike Tannenbaum's ass to kind of point out how he's a fucking idiot. Say, Mike Tannenbaum, before I lay the fuck in you and tell you why you're a fucking goddamn idiot, I just want to let you know I respect you. I respect your work. But let me lay out why you're a fucking piece of shit right now and how you're sitting here just fucking lying right now. Let me lay this out very gracefully. Maybe I will learn how to do that in the future. Maybe I could say, you know what, before I lay into you, I just need to let you know I respect you. But this is why you're a goddamn idiot.
Manner. I mean, it wasn't even close from his initial press conferences. Every decision he made, every hire he made, he wasn't bad, Mike. He was beyond atrocious. And, you take the power, you give him another year and we'll see what happens. It's very rare that you get really phenomenal choices available. It doesn't happen that often. You had Vrabel available. I think the Jets interviewed him. You would know better than me.
Did.
They could have hired.
We did.
Okay, so they could have hired a real head coach there. Number one, and number two, blocked him from being the Patriots head coach.
I like how Jake backed up the collar. Yeah, no. They could have.
Gonna take that job though, Jeff. You got to be fair.
The second
The Patriot job opens, you're not gonna get Mike.
Fair enough. Well, but didn't the Jets interview him though before the Patriot job opened?
They did, and then Gerard Mayer was fired, and New England hired him.
Okay, well, so put that aside. You now have names like Harbaugh, Stefanski. People like this don't come around that often. We have no idea who's going to be around next year. As far as I'm concerned, guys, Glenn does not deserve the right to come back. How he ultimately failed in every conceivable regard. If whatever the scorecard is, F- would be too good for what he did.
That's a fact.
I've seen it all, and I never could imagine I would have seen it this low. So, Mike, I got to agree with Jake. My Jet fan pals that I know for 60 years, going back to Shea Stadium all the way through to today, we all agree. We're all upset. Woody makes one bad decision after another. If he would have cut ties now, he would have made the right decision and hired a real head coach, not another coordinator who failed, but a real head coach. So let's hope for the best, but that's my view of it, fellas.
Jeff, appreciate the call. 800-919-3776. Mike, I think the biggest issue the Jet fan has going forward with his coach is that there's really just nothing to grab onto that you feel like he does well as a coach. That's what I keep coming back to. Like, what is Aaron Glenn's expertise that could give any Jet fan confidence in the direction going forward? Again, we know they have the draft picks, we know they have the salary cap space, but there was just nothing that I could grab onto that I could highlight and say, well, at least we have this. He has experience here, or he's excellent on this side of the ball here. I think that's the big problem. There's
that goddamn door again. What are you, what's going on? What else do you need to grab? The Windex? Like, the fuck? The show's almost over.
Nothing any of us could point to that we could sit here and say he actually does well as an NFL head coach.
Yeah, and again, this is where I think we fundamentally see it differently. This sounds a little counterintuitive, but the head coach position in itself is a developmental position. I would tell you firsthand.
The head coach position is a developmental position. No, sir.
I was the assistant GM of the Jets for 5 years.
And you're gone.
And when I got the job, now, we had success in year one. We won 10
You were fired.
games, but that's because Eric Mangini did a really good job. But if I had to grade myself after year one, it would have been a very low grade. I don't think I did a good job. It took me, Jake, candidly, probably a year and a half to feel comfortable.
And you were gone. And then you went to Miami, and you were gone. You have a pattern of being gone.
Running the organization.
I think it was Miami. I think it was.
And I had been the assistant GM in the building for 5 years. So my point is, if Aaron Glenn was in this conversation, I think the most important aspect is, he would say the same thing. He made a lot of mistakes. He could have done things better. And that's why, I'm optimistic about I know his ability, and I know what he's made out of. He's job, and there's areas to improve. That's, to me, the most fundamental part of it. And I think, again, where this organization's been so criticized in the past for not having stability.
Yeah, he was in Miami, executive vice president of football operations in Miami.
Not being long-term, here's the opportunity to do that. Yes, it wasn't good enough. Yes, statistically it wasn't good, but there's good pieces in place at positions that are hard to find, specifically at tackle, offensive tackle, two of them. And to me, he should and will be better next year. And if you interviewed Aaron Glenn, he's not going to sit here and say that he can't be a lot better. And that's a big part of this discussion is, can he be better? Can he grow into being a really good head coach? And, only time will tell. But I do know the guy, and I do know how important it is. I know how hard he works. And I'm confident that he's already doing those things, 1 week after the season ended.
All right. So, my final thoughts on it, and then we'll end the show. My thing is that it's very, very evident that Mike Tannenbaum, to give him something. I will give him that his job is absolutely on the line, and Aaron Glenn being fired the first year that he was recommended by that consulting firm does not make the consulting firm look good. So Mike Tannenbaum has to spin whatever web to try to keep Aaron Glenn there, because that would be very, very humiliating that you recommended someone and you fire them that same year. That's horrible, and it makes your firm look really, really bad. So I understand that concept of it. Like, he's trying to save his job and he's trying to save face. I'm not going to like be disingenuous and not point that out. But there is a way to save face and to make your points without gaslighting. Like, that's where I kind of lose my any type of maturity and sympathy or empathy towards Mike Tannenbaum. Is there's a way that you could save your job in a sense without just gaslighting and just like flat out lying. And then to me, it just kind of felt like you were scolding Jake Asman for his very strong commentary that he has against Aaron Glenn, because Jake Asman does have very strong commentary against Aaron Glenn. And I feel like he has the right to do that. It's his platform, it's his show. He could do whatever is wrong. Is his, he can say what he wants, and those are his opinions. So I just thought that debate was very, very entertaining. I wanted to talk about it, even though I don't really talk about sports on my platform. I think it's like the first time I ever did a show that was really, really sports heavy. Like, I have mentioned sports things on the show, but to have a show very, very sports heavy, this is the first time I've ever done it. So everyone that came to give it an opportunity, to give it a listen, I do appreciate everyone to let me talk about something that I really found interesting. And I felt like y'all would find it entertaining too, which, looking at the chat, it looked like y'all found that banter entertaining. So before you go, make sure you hit the like button. That would really, really help the stream. Hold on, let me see what y'all did. Oh my God, y'all really did not give me, okay, 2 likes. Okay, that's better than nothing. More likes would be appreciated, but I'll get what I could get, I guess. God damn. I need the likes. Shit. Let me find. I'm so sorry. I did not have the song ready. Here we go. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Also, whenever you get the chance, put in a comment too, because that helps me also. Put in a comment. Tell me what your opinion was of that debate. That would be awesome. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Have a great night.
Smash that like, smash that.